Hey guys, I'm Paul, host of the Green Industry Podcast, and today I want to share my top 5 tips to make the most of the spring rush. If you're wondering what I mean by the spring rush, it's that miraculous time of the year when it seems like everybody just calls our phone at once. Something happens, the weather changes, and everyone just gets this spring fever to want to enhance the landscaping, and it's an incredible time of high demand. And I've learned through so many mistakes what not to do. And here's my top 5 tips of what to do to make this spring the most profitable yet. Number 5, that's have a plan. Early on in my business, it's painful memories, but I can remember getting stretched thin and getting in over my head on jobs. People would call, hey, can you come put in sod? And then next call, hey, can you come put in mulch? Hey, can you come put in pine straw? Hey, can you come do a total makeover? Hey, can you come cut my yard weekly? Hey, can you do this and you do this? And I'm driving all over town to that town doing this, the next day doing that. And I've learned I need to have a plan. And it's different depending on where you live at in the world and what equipment you have, what your wheelhouse is, what you kind of structure your business towards. But I've learned to have a plan. The riches are in the niches, to have a specific strategy of what your business is going to do, what service you're going to provide, and to what area. And so have a plan this spring. Just don't let the demand take you wherever the customer wants, but drive your business where you want it to go that makes best sense for your business plan. Number 4, that's to set boundaries. We have to be intentional in our relationships year round, but especially in the spring. We've all heard it happen or seen it happen in our life where we just get so burnt out in the spring and then we're not able to offer our best to our loved ones. And so it's important that we have these boundaries that this is my schedule, this is when I'm working. And when we're working, that we have the integrity that we're working with all of our heart. But we need to also make sure we're scheduling quality time with our loved ones, whether that's your wife, your children, whoever. We need to make sure we're giving our best, whether it's on a Saturday or a Sunday or out for breakfast Monday morning or a date night on Friday night or whenever it is for your schedule. We need to be careful that we're not overdoing it in our businesses and neglecting our life's most important relationships. So we can win at both. We can crush it in the spring and have profitable, fruitful times in our businesses, and we can crush it in our relationships and have vibrant, healthy, prosperous relationships. We can do both, but it takes setting boundaries and having a plan. This is when I'm hanging out with my loved ones, and this is when I'm working. And when it's time to hang out and be intentional and do relationships well, we need to do that. When it's time to work, we need to do that. Have those boundaries set. Number 3, increase our prices. For guys that are in lawn care, it's always good coming out of winter to send our customers some letters and say, hey, due to A, B, C, D, E, I'm raising, our company is raising the rate 10% effective April 1st. And most customers, if we did a great job for them throughout the years, they're going to say that's reasonable. There's inflation. Everything's going up. We'll gladly pay. And the vast majority will do that. And then bam, just like that, you've increased revenue without even doing anything other than sending out a simple notification letter. Typically, it's good to get that out 30 days in advance. And then increase your rates for the incoming new customers. I've increased my rates of what I charge for sod, pine straw, mulch, whatever the material is. I have my formulas, my spreadsheets. I know exactly what our price is per man hour for labor rates, material rates, the whole 9. I got my prices. So when I'm putting a quote together, there's no negotiate. I mean, here's my rate. And they're higher than they were last year. Number 2 is that's work hard. And this is already, I've said earlier, to have the boundaries. So I'm not saying neglect relationships. No, we need to be very intentional and making sure our relationships are prosperous and vibrant and healthy. And with that being understood, when it's time to work, this is our chance to work hard in the spring. I know a lot of folks, depending on where you live in the world, the winter, it's a little bit different story with the demand for landscaping lawn care services. Whereas the demand in the spring is so high, it's time to work hard. And this is our great moment of opportunity to really make a lot of money and have profitable seasons in our business here. We just crush it, and I used to work in retail, and it was like Thanksgiving to Christmas. Some companies would make so much money in that little window of time. They'd make over 50% of the revenue for the whole year in that 1 month. And those percentages may be a little different in landscaping, but this is our Thanksgiving to Christmas time in retail. This is our time in landscaping to make the most money of the year. And so work hard, smart and hard. And, vet our customers, be wise which customers we take them at the right prices that is profitable. Work hard, work smart. And number 1 is save money. I love what Johnny Moe from Pennsylvania, he talks about having your winter fund. And I think his goal is by Labor Day to have his winter fund saved. And so whether you're saving for a winter fund, which I suggest, or you're also saving to pay off debts or a dream vacation or a dream house or whatever you're saving for, which I would definitely recommend a winter fund. And obviously this is quarterly taxes. That's definitely need to save for that regardless. So with all this extra money coming in, one lesson I've learned is we will blow it and spend it so fast if we don't have a budget and a plan. And so I have a strategic plan this spring rush when the money's getting good and the money's flowing in of what percentage I'm setting aside for my winter fund. What percentage I'm setting aside that's going off, paying off the rest of my debts. And then obviously quarterly taxes is in the budget anyway. But that's my number 1 lesson learned is years ago, the money would come in good and I would spend it on lifestyle or equipment upgrades that weren't necessarily necessary or planned or just kind of spontaneous. Money's going good. Yeah, I'll buy that. Yeah, I'll buy that. Yeah, I'll go here. Oh, yeah, I'll go. Yeah. Living like a baller because the money's going good, when this is our season to make as much money as we can and to be as wise and disciplined to save a good portion of that for the winter fund and for whatever other things we need to be saving for. But this is a good time not to live like a baller, but to save the money that we earn in the spring rush. Guys, I really hope this helps. Thank you to Echo Means Business. You can check this out on their website. They got the app, and our podcast, the Green Industry Podcast, of course, that's wherever podcasts are, on Google Play, Stitcher, iTunes. We are there. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Enjoy the spring rush. Remember, be intentional in your relationships and go out there, raise those prices, and work hard, crush it, and have an awesome spring.